With the success that Marvel Studios has had with their Marvel line of movies like The Avengers and Iron Man, it, it's no wonder that DC Studios has released movies like Dark Knight Rises and the upcoming movie Man of Steel to compete with these movies. To, People seem to forget that these stories were once comic books and that the medium has been around and is still around, even though that it is recognized more for its film than it is for its books. Most of the viewers don't seem to realize that these books can be picked up at your local comic book shop. But where is our local comic book shop? St. Cloud's local comic shop is called Granite City Comics, and it's been in the community for around a decade now. It has stayed local to St. Cloud for its entire tenure to here. It has had its steady flow of customers for that amount of time. It has a wide selection from graphic novels to gaming, and is constantly trying to update itself to become more and more relevant within the area. It is owned and operated by a man by the name of Tim Schulte, who has been involved in the area for its entire tenure. And he let me interview him about the store and it.
How long has Granite City been in business?
Granite City's been in business about 27 years now.
How long have you been involved in comic books?
Involved in comic books since probably 1973. With the store about 6 months after it opened up.
What about comic books really drew you in and captured your imagination?
The story, the art, the storytelling of, because I started with Spider-Man. Peter Parker was a normal high school kid with normal problems, and that kind of appealed to me.
Okay. Why did you decide to open or acquire? Because you bought it from someone, right?
Yeah, I started working with the previous owner after he's opened up, part-time on Saturdays, and then with always wanting to, my love of comic books, wanted to open a store, and the opportunity came to buy him out. So me and my partner decided to buy him out, and we've been in business doing it together since '93.
Do you think you have been accepted in the community of St. Cloud a little bit?
Yeah, for the most part, we've been here long enough that we've been around it. We're not just passing fad. We're more of an actual store.
The community of St. Cloud has embraced the store and has become very close.
People here at Granite City Comics are awesome. I mean, there isn't another comic book store I can walk into and they know me by name. And, you know, they're not only good people, they are my friends. I mean, these are the people I hang out with. These are the people I talk to on a daily basis. I mean, not only the people that work here, but the people that come in here.
What about those customers that live in the Minneapolis area?
I've been coming to Granite City Comics for probably the last 10 years. The reason I do is I really enjoy being part of this community. They know my name. I feel like a family. In fact, when I moved down to Minneapolis, I kept actually driving all the way back. So a couple times a month I come back down here, pick up my pulled books, and go back to the cities. Despite the fact that I have plenty of options in the cities, I still prefer to come down here and be part of this store and part of this community.
With the spike in comic book movies in the last couple of years, I asked Tim if there was any kind of correlation with the movies.
Given the newfound spike in comic book films in Hollywood, have you seen a correlation in newer comic book readers?
A little bit more of the spike is more off of your non-traditional superhero stuff, like Walking Dead TV shows brought in a lot of people because that's not your normal comic, and they don't think of comics as being that kind of a genre. And the movies help bring in younger readers, which will continue the business down the road.
With St. Cloud being a college town, I asked him if college students were a big part of the store and its success.
This is a college town, St. Cloud. Do do you think you have embraced the idea of college students being a rather bigger or smaller demographic in the area?
Yeah, college students are kind of a pretty big demographic. It's across the whole nation where the comics have gotten more for older audience, or not for your necessarily for your 15-year-olds, or more for your 18 to 24-year-olds. So the college helps fill that very well.
With the move to go digital, I asked him if he has seen any kind of change in the way that comics are sold.
Changing in technology with the move to digital, have you seen a change in the way that the store has done business?
No, digital hasn't affected us at all, because if you buy a regular comic book, you can read it. You don't need a battery to read it. Down the road, it may be worth more than the $3 you spent for it. Digital will always be $3.
For many of the customers who go to Granite City Comics, they consider it more than just a store. They consider it a family and a community that they can call their own.